Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a chatty get ready with me. I'm going to kind of chat about where I've been the last week because I have been feeling a little under the weather. That's why I haven't filmed any videos up until now. And also I wanted to try out some of the newer products that I've shown in my Sunday haul, like Sigma Ambiance palette. I got tons of requests for this one. Also the ColourPop blush quads. They swatched terribly during my haul video, but I wanted to show you how they actually apply because it's quite different. And also I have one of these new Joa lip glosses, a bunch of older stuff thrown in as well. So why don't we go ahead and jump right into it and get started. Alright guys, so I already have my brows done. I also put on an eyeshadow primer. I used the Jason Wu eyeshadow primer from Target. It's really brightening. As you can see, it kind of just cancels out all the redness and discoloration on my eyelids. So I'm going to be using the new Sigma Ambiance palette. A lot of you guys said in my Sunday haul video that you wanted to see this one in action, so I figured this was a good one to start with. And if you guys like neutrals, this palette is beautiful. It has a really warm tone vibe going on. It's kind of similar to like the Tartelette Toasted palette, but I actually like the formula of the Sigma a bit better than Tarte's formula. So I think this palette is going to be great, especially heading into the fall season, but you can totally use it now as well. So I'm really excited to try this one for the first time. So I think I'm going to start out with the shade Daylily right here. So the reason that you guys haven't seen me around this week is because I've actually been sick, and it's, I guess, part of the joy of having kids in school. My son literally just went back to school like 2 weeks ago, and he already brought home his first cold. I was kind of thinking that we had escaped that because it's not really cold season at this point. But I mean, I think that's the only place that he could have gotten sick because we really haven't been anywhere else. And as it turns out, this all went down on Memorial Day weekend. So if you guys live anywhere near the East Coast, then you probably know what the weather was like. It was horrible. The entire weekend was a complete washout. And by the way, I'm using the Sigma E33 Detail Diffuse Crease Brush, and this is great if you have hooded eyes because it's a much smaller crease brush than most of them are. So you can really get right into your crease and, you know, the shadow doesn't go like up and all over the place. So anyway, we had all of these Memorial Day weekend plans because we've been, like most people, isolated from a lot of friends and family for the past year or so. And we had all these plans to see everybody for the first time. So my husband's family has a tradition where they all get together out in the Hamptons at his aunt and uncle's house. They have a big pool. I'm just gonna blend this out with the Sigma E25. So they have a big pool, and it's always a great time, and it's great to see like all my husband's cousins and his cousins' kids and his aunts and uncles. And, you know, we do it every single year, but last year we didn't because of COVID. And so we haven't seen any of my husband's extended family in more than a year. So we were really looking forward to that. And at the same time, because the Hamptons is a little bit of a drive for us, it's about 2.5 hours. We thought instead of like driving all the way out there on Sunday and back in the same day, we would go visit our friends who also live on Long Island, just a little bit closer to the city. And they had a new baby back in May of last year, and we haven't met her in person either. So we thought we would kind of make a weekend of it and go see our friends on Saturday, sleep over at their house, and then Sunday we would be pretty close to the Hamptons already, and we just wouldn't have to make that a big long trip. But as it turns out, the weekend weather was horrendous. So we drove all the way out to Long Island in the pouring rain. It took us a little over 3 hours to get to our friend's house. And around the same time, we had heard from my husband's aunt that they just weren't going to be doing the gathering because of the weather, because we all would have been stuck inside, and their house isn't really that big. Usually we get together outside by the pool area. Anyway, I'm just going to use the shade Summer Solstice, this one right here, for like my outer corner. And I'm going to apply it with the Sigma E32 Exact Blend. So anyway, my husband's family canceled their event, but we figured we would still go see our friends at least. So we went to their house on Saturday, we stayed over, and then Sunday we decided to head home. And my son was kind of complaining that he had a little bit of a sore throat and his nose was kind of runny. And I thought it was just because they have cats, because despite having cats growing up, I am actually allergic to cats. And so I was kind of feeling that way a little bit myself. And I thought, maybe my son was just reacting to that. So we made it home, but the ride home was so scary. There was so much water on the road because the rain was so bad that I kept hydroplaning. Like, I kept feeling like I was skidding across these puddles and I was losing control of the car. So that 3 hours was one of the most stressful 3 hours ever that I've ever driven. It was really, really scary. My husband kept saying, "Do you want to pull over and let me drive?" And I kept telling him no, because I knew that he was going to go faster and that was just going to stress me out even more. I was trying to take it really slow. But anyway, we finally made it home, and I can just tell my son is not feeling so well. So that night, he ended up having a fever. He kept waking up in the night, and I realized he felt warm. So that's when I knew that it wasn't the cat allergy. He's definitely sick at this point. So I was really bummed, because Monday we were supposed to go visit my parents, and they were having a barbecue with my siblings, who I also haven't seen in a good 7-8 months. And I was just really looking forward to seeing my family. But because my son was sick, we didn't want to risk it and, get them all sick as well. So I called my mom Monday morning to cancel on them and say that we couldn't come. And he was just absolutely miserable all day on Monday. And we just basically sat home and did nothing. And then yesterday, Tuesday, I woke up with a really bad sore throat. My husband woke up with a bad sore throat. So now we're both sick. Yesterday was definitely worse than today. Today, I still have the sore throat, but I feel like I have more energy back, I guess, because the last couple days I've just felt so run down and so lethargic. And I mean, this is a bad cold. It almost feels like the flu, which just really sucks. My son is actually doing a lot better now, but he still hasn't gone to school yet this week, because with everything going on, if anybody has any kind of symptoms, they really don't want the kids in school. So I'm keeping him home for a little while now. And yeah, so that has just been life the past 5 days or so. And the whole weekend, it was just really a big mess. It was good to see our friends, though. It was great to see the new baby. So we had a really good time with that. But yeah, being sick is no fun. And I'm really just hoping that this is the last sickness that he picks up for the year. We'll see. All right, so next I'm going to pick up the shade Luster right here. I'm just going to grab it with my finger. But I really hope that you guys had a nice Memorial Day weekend, at least if you celebrate, if you're in the United States. If you had good weather, that's amazing. We are actually planning a trip to Mystic, Connecticut in a couple of weeks. Just a little weekend getaway, because it's our 10th wedding anniversary on June 11th. And I can't believe 10 years has gone by already. It's so crazy. But, we just thought we'd do something fun, and we haven't been anywhere in so long. Mystic is only an hour and a half from us. And it's just a really cute little seaside town. They have a big aquarium there. There's also a really cool dinosaur park with these really big life-size dinosaur statues kind of along a wooded trail. My son really wants to go to that. That's not in Mystic, but it's kind of on the way there. And they have a big old seaport in Mystic, and they have lots of shopping. So it's just a really cute, fun town, and we like to go every so often. I haven't been now in a couple of years, though. Wow, that shade is really pretty. I'm also going to top it, I think, with this topper shade called, what is this called? Marigold. This one right here. It just looks so beautiful. It's kind of like a rose gold. So let's just kind of pop that on top. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. It just kind of warms everything up a little bit. And even though it's a topper, it's so easy to pick up. It's not one of those toppers that is kind of pressed into the pan and you really have to dig to get it out. All right, so next I'm just gonna line my upper lash line with my Kokie eyeliner. I usually just go underneath my lash line like this because I don't want to use up any of my lid space since I don't have much having hooded eyes. So I just like to drag this right underneath my lash line. And this pencil is so creamy, it's just effortless. Like I hardly have to touch it at all. And it applies to my waterline so beautifully. And then for mascara, I'm going to use my Essence Lash Princess, one of my favorites. It is so nice to put makeup on again. I feel like I haven't worn makeup in so long. It's really been at least 4 or 5 days since I've worn any makeup at all. Even when we were visiting our friends, I really I didn't wear much. I just wore like a little mascara, a light layer of foundation, like a little blush, and that was about it. So it's been a while since I've really done a full face, but I really missed it. And there's something just really therapeutic about putting makeup on for me. Like it just makes me feel better. Not even like necessarily the end result, although it does help me feel more put together, but just the actual process of putting makeup on. It's just soothing and it just calms like any anxiety I might have about anything. And I don't know, it's just fun. All right, so my eyes are mostly done, but I am going to put something under my lower lash line. I just want to put foundation on first before I do that. This is the Misha Choboyang BB cream, and I love this one so much more than the regular Misha. I think it's called Age Perfect. That one, I know a lot of YouTubers use it and love it. For me, it was a little bit too glowy, and for me, really glowy foundations can just tend to accentuate my pores and any type of fine lines that I might have. So I like this one because it's actually more of an anti-aging formula. And while it's not a flat matte, it's more of a satin finish. So I think it just looks more skin-like than the other Misha one. I think it just looks so beautiful. It's like the perfect finish. And I love that this also has the SPF 30 mineral sunscreen in it as well. So this is mostly what I use all summer long. I also think the coverage on it is really good. It's not like a full coverage, but it's definitely a solid medium, which surprised me since it is a BB cream, but it just really covers everything. Like I don't even usually wear concealer when I wear this because it covers everything that I want it to. And this is in the shade 21. I think it only comes in a couple of shades, which is a bummer. I know a lot of the Korean BB creams, that's kind of how it is. The shade range is really limited. But the shade 21 works pretty well for me. I think the other one they have is 23, which is a little bit deeper than this. But I really also love the undertone of this one. I think the other Misha one has like sort of a grayish undertone, which once you blend it out, it actually doesn't look that bad. But this one doesn't have that grayish undertone at all. It's actually pretty neutral. I feel like it's not too yellow and it's not too pink. So I just really love this one all the way around. All right, so now that foundation's on, I'm gonna go back into the shade Summer Solstice, and I'm just gonna put this underneath my lash line with my Rephr number 23 brush. It's like a teeny tiny little pencil brush, and it's great for lining your lower lashes. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of the Lash Princess to my lower lashes as well. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of my Pixie color corrector to the outer corners of my eyes just to create a little bit of lift, because I do have kind of downturned eyes, so I like to put this right in the outer corner. And it just kind of adds like that little bit of a lifted effect and hides that little shadow. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of bronze to my face with the Huda Beauty Tantour, and this one is in the shade Fair, and I'm going to be applying it with the BK Beauty 101 brush. It's kind of like a slanted, flat brush. It's really, really good for cream bronzer. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this to my cheeks. This formula is so beautiful. It blends effortlessly. It dries right to a powder finish, and it doesn't lift up the foundation underneath either. It's just the most gorgeous color too. I'm obsessed with this. I just keep using it every day. I haven't been using any other bronzer. It just gives the most beautiful, like sculpted look. Just gonna put a little bit on my forehead, just kind of whatever's left on the brush. And just a little bit down under my chin. Okay, so now that I am nice and bronzed up, I'm gonna apply blush and highlighter, and I'm gonna use one of these little quads from ColourPop. So if you guys saw my Sunday haul, this swatched terribly. Like, it hardly showed up at all, but after I've been playing with it, I realized that it's just one of those weird products that doesn't swatch well, but it applies really, really nicely. So I wanted to show you guys that on camera, and I'm gonna be using the shade Oh Ginger Snap down here. It's like a nice warm tone color that I think will go really well with the look. And I'm applying it with my Flower Beauty Precision Blush Brush. This is like the best blush brush on the planet. It's so soft and fluffy, but it's also not like a huge size. So it's really easy just to put the blush exactly where you want it. I feel like so many blush brushes are huge and I end up with a giant like cheek full of blush when all I want is just to put it like right here. It's also so soft and so fluffy, and I want to say it's like 14 bucks. But yeah, look at how pigmented this blush is. I really wasn't expecting it when I did the swatches, and I was thinking that I had to use a lot, but really you don't. Like, a little bit actually goes a very long way, and they blend so seamlessly. It's like the most weightless, blendable formula, and I think maybe that's why it doesn't swatch well, because it doesn't like really grab to your skin. It just blends like super easily. Yeah, I am really loving this color as well. I'll show you guys up close some swatches of this palette just so you can see the whole thing and what all the colors look like. I did build up the swatches a little bit just so you could see the color, but you know, if you saw me swatching them live, it's like they hardly show up at all. Okay, so blush is done. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of the highlighter. These are Super Shock highlighters in these palettes, actually. And this one's called Butterscotch. Oh wait, did I have the wrong blush? I think I did. I actually used the shade Shortbread. I kind of flip-flopped them backwards. Okay, so I'm just gonna actually apply this one with my finger. So just pick up a little bit and just kind of tap it right there. I love the Super Shock highlighters because they're just so easy and they just kind of melt right into your skin. They're nice and glowy, but not like too glittery or sparkly. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't tell, like I'm looking in the viewfinder and I don't know if it's showing up really. But I'm not one to kind of like load up the highlighter. I just put a little bit, so sometimes it doesn't show up on camera because I feel like for makeup to really look good on camera, you have to put on a ton of it, and I usually don't. And that's actually really hard for me. It's something that I've had to learn over time. When I first started my channel, I feel like it always looked like I wasn't wearing makeup at all until I realized that I have to apply more than I usually would. But anyway, okay. So that's the highlight. I think this is so beautiful. I really, really am loving these quads. I'm not sure if they're still sold out. I feel like I saw that they restocked the little eyeshadow quads that I like. So hopefully the blushes are actually restocked as well. And then for lips, I thought I'd try out one of these new Joa lip glosses. This is in the shade Sunbum. And these just look so pretty. When I swatched them in my Sunday haul, they looked nicely pigmented. They don't have a scent to them either, which is great. Yeah, no scent. That is so perfect. And again, I think this color is gonna look great with this look. And this feels so creamy. It feels really good on my lips. It's not sticky in the slightest bit. It actually feels kind of like a lip balm gloss, really similar to the new Bare Minerals ones actually. It feels so nice on the lips. And just looking in the mirror too, I feel like this kind of smooths out my lip lines a little bit, makes everything look so much better. And it feels amazing. Like I said, it feels really hydrating, really comfortable, and not sticky. And I think the color is great as well. So anyway, guys, this is the finished look. I'm excited that I got through this video without coughing once. I feel like I've had this tickle in my throat all day, and I was positive that I was gonna get halfway through this video and not be able to finish because my throat was like so sore. But I actually, like I said, I just kind of feel better like putting on makeup, and I don't know, I feel a little bit more energized now and back to normal. So hopefully when I wake up tomorrow, things will be even better. But anyway, guys, that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't do get ready with me's all that often. I feel like they really don't get as many views as other videos, but I just really, like I said, I miss putting on makeup and sitting down and just kind of chatting with you guys. So this was a lot of fun, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also, I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of these products down below, if you've tried any of them and what your thoughts are. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out today, and I will see you all in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.